things you must plan for if you want to monetize your podcast faster. Now stay with me on this one. I'm going to give you some solid tips. And before I go there, I just want to remind you that these tips are purely working for B2B podcasters. So if you're treating your podcast more like a hobby, this is not going to click for you. Simply because you don't have the consistency, you don't, set a certain, let's say, a system for your podcast. So pretty much it's going to be a little bit too much for you and overwhelming. So quit this video. Now for my B2B podcasters, stay with me on this one. Mainly before you start the podcast, I always share that you need to have a goal, right? So stick to that goal and make sure you have an offer with it. I'm going to give you an example. I would come up to you and tell you like, hey, I am starting a podcast. Basically, my podcast is going to be like showcasing founders, their journeys, their challenges, and mainly we want to promote their services or their products. So pretty much we're growing a larger audience, and we're building also a community. I would love for you to be part of this, but there's a fee for you to kind of like contribute to this, mainly because I will introduce you to the audience, to the founders as well, where you will be able to kind of like promote yourself and services or products. So you see how I'm putting an offer based on a podcast that I haven't even started? So that's the way that you need to kind of like think of a podcast, because right now the videos are like really dominating the platforms like LinkedIn, like even Twitter is growing faster, which we call it X now. But mainly what I wanted to share with you today is like, these are the things that you need to think of. Start building the offer for your podcast, that's one. Two, start reaching out to people that might, might really benefit from what you're putting together as that offer or as a podcast. You can even reach out to the guests and give them the offers of like, this is what I'm trying to grow. This is also a community that I'm putting together. So mainly this is something that you can do on a daily basis. Another thing is, don't think small. You will be surprised of like how much money you can make actually out of a podcast sponsorships once you start like really focusing on investing toward those relationships and actually building something meaningful. The third thing is mainly when you reach out to these people, make sure that you're adding value to them, right? So it's not that, kind of like pushy in a sales way, which I don't mind actually. It's like, it's a market where people get to promote themselves, sell, do this, do that. It's business, right? But at the same time, I always kind of lean toward people that actually provide value. So I see that there is a potential where I can put my money and get an ROI out of it. So yeah, I would be happy to give you extra details. So if you need any help, please feel free to reach out. DM me if you're watching on Instagram, LinkedIn. There's like a link where you literally can book a chat for free. And yeah, see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.